So in this lesson, I'm going to walk you through how to build an FAQ responder so you can start automating answers to your most common questions. When creating an FAQ responder, you definitely want to utilize your chatbot's keywords as much as possible. Under automation and keywords, try to put in the most common keywords of FAQs that you receive. And message that is what that message has to be. So for example, like giveaway, it has to be just that, right? Whereas message contains can be a little bit more leeway, and you also got to think of all the potential use cases. Keywords is your first defense to saving your sanity and your time with using your automation. The second one is this FAQ responder, that this will actually be part of your default reply. So when somebody asks a question inside of your automation, it will first look for the keyword of a keyword that matches. If nothing matches, then it will go to the default reply. Now let me pull up the FAQ responder that I'm creating here. In this case, the default reply will fire off this one message. Now, if you want to try to have it where people will just have a message saying, hey, thanks for your message, check out these options, right? That's like the simple way of creating a response. So that's where you would just put in here. So this is like where you could put either an FAQ on your website, or ideally for the user experience, create the FAQ through the buttons, right? Or through quick replies, right? You could say like product questions. You can have it where it's more like organized by category, right? So that would be in that instance where you would have it like that, and then it would go into the next one. So that would be the most simple way and the most straightforward way. So if you want to make it a little bit more intelligent, what you'd first do is set up an action step of setting a custom field. So I already created this custom field, but you would need to create this in your chatbot. I created this custom field called last text input brackets CUF. And you set that to the last text input. See, that's a system field. So you don't want to choose this one because that's when you're setting. So you got to use a system field. Unfortunately, as you'll see here in a second, using a condition, I can't just look for last text input system field. For whatever reason, that's not an option. So you have to just set it. It's one extra step, not a big deal. So then what you do is this is where you start to have your bot be a little bit smarter. So you here put in the last text input, and then you can have words like contains. So let's say someone is asking the pricing for a tent, for example. So you can say contains price. Oh, here's the other thing you need to make sure you do. Not all of the following, but any of the following, because you want to have, you'll see here in just a second what I'm going to do. So last text input contains pricing. So we're going to do all the different options of what about pricing that it could be. Input contains priced. You can definitely add that. And here's the other good thing. When you have people come through and ask these questions and it becomes common, then you can add it to this FAQ responder, so over time your bot will get smarter and smarter because you're putting in the different aspects into this condition. So let's say it contains price. So then what we do is we do another last text input condition. Now we want to have it do about the tent, right? So tent contains tent, so that would include tents, the plural version. Anyways, you get my point here. So that way we know that the pricing is about the tent. And then what I do is, because this is going to be the first message that they get after responding, so saying, hi, first name, were you asking about the cost of our tents? And then you can put yes, I am, or no, something else. Okay, so then if you say yes, I am, then that's where send a message about the tent pricing. So Instagram message, and then you can put the gallery of the prices with the tents and the button, right? So, but let's say it's not the case, that's not what they were looking for. So that's where you can send a message back that says, I'm sorry. And then you could either ask them to clarify, or you can say, let me get a human to help you. So that way it's, notifying you. And then you just put action step, and then you do notify admins. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's an example of that. So then let's say instead of price, it's like, if not that, then it contains, let's say, last text input contains size. So size would be one, or sizing. So same thing. Let's say they're asking about the size of a tent, right? Yeah, what is the size of this tent? And then you can do the same thing where it says, hi, were you asking about our tent sizes? Yes, I am. No, I'm not, right? You can either do it the same one if it includes all those details, or you can make it separate if it doesn't include the details of, size. And then same thing, know something else. There you go. And then you can see too, on here, let's say they're asking about sizing. Let's say size, let's say they're looking for something else. Jackets, right? Because you're selling outdoor jackets. So jacket would also contain jackets, coat. So then that one would be asking for sizes about our jackets. So when you are done with this completely, if you didn't build it in the default reply itself, then what you need to do is go under settings, and then go under Instagram, and then default reply. Then you want to choose. You can either exit out of this, I'm just going to leave that, or if you're in here already, you can hit replace and then choose the flow that you created for that. So that really will help people to get the answers they're looking for. So enjoy the time that you get back from having this FAQ responder. Also, do not forget to check out some of the other Instagram automation lessons to learn more capabilities of your Instagram automation. Also, be sure to join the Manychat community on Facebook. Hope this is helpful, and we'll talk soon.